Considering he saved the kingdom in the last game, Link should be rolling in rupee reward money. But in Tears of the Kingdom you can be pretty strapped for cash, which is annoying considering how many cool things there are to buy. Dang it, Link would look so good in these if he could afford them! So we've pulled together some rupee saving tips, and these are ones that don't involve duplication glitches or anything else that can get or has already been patched out. These tips should be usable years after the game comes out. So if you want to find or save some money, these are some great ways to get free stuff in and around Hyrule. If you're anything like us, your favourite way to deal with monsters is to fill them with so many arrows that they resemble a pincushion. However, in order to do that, you need a lot of arrows, and if you're constantly stocking up at shops like Beedle here, you're going to quickly burn through your savings. Instead, we recommend utilising a skill that Link is so good at, he may as well have a Triforce segment dedicated to it. Vandalism! All around Hyrule, including the Sky Islands and parts of the depths, you'll find big wooden boxes. They're most readily found at enemy encampments, and to be honest, at friendly encampments too. And all of them will be full of precious resources, most commonly arrows. Not only arrows, but sometimes bundles of them, and after smashing a whole bunch of these, you can quickly fill your quiver. Be careful not to use up your good weapons when smashing these boxes apart. We instead recommend using stone-fused weapons, with stone axes, i.e. weapons fused with a thin triangular rock rather than a round one, being particularly good and fast for arrow farming. But even if you don't have any weapons, you can still smash boxes by using Ultra Hand. Simply hold them up in the air, angle them so a corner is facing the ground, drop them, and boom, box opened. Plus, this works on the metallic boxes you can also find. I love physics. Once you've got loads of arrows, you can also use them to make money. Making a return from Breath of the Wild are these blue, owl-faced, bunny-hopping, weird-antlered, glowy creatures called Blupees. Shoot them before they run off and they'll drop lots of lovely rupees. We also want to give you a bonus tip. Don't just pick up those rupees and leave it at that, as Blupees have a secondary function in Tears of the Kingdom. Caves have been added all over Hyrule, and you may have seen in a previous video of ours that Satori will point out local caves if you donate a piece of fruit under a cherry blossom tree. Well, the similarly glowy Blupees serve a similar purpose, as once they start to run from you, they will always run in the direction of a nearby cave. Caves contain a bunch of useful resources that you can use or sell, and if you spot any fabric-covered arrows jutting out like this, it means bandit legend Misko has squirreled something away in there, in a chest. Sometimes these chests contain precious stuff that you could otherwise only get via amiibos, i.e. stuff that would cost you real-world money. Here we are saving you real-world money too! You're welcome. Plus, every single cave contains a bubble gem that will help you get free equipment from this absolute weirdo. So it's definitely worth taking a couple of pot shots at a Blupee and then just chasing it to find new things. The best thing is, Blupees respawn, and their proximity to caves makes them fairly easy to find later on when you have a number of caves marked on your map, so you can wander past them to check if the little owl face has respawned. Ah, Blupee, you thought the shelter of the cave would bring you safety, but now it is your undoing. There are plenty of video game fans who need to touch grass, but none more so than Zelda players. Now, before anyone fuses a pitchfork onto the end of their Master Sword and comes after us, we mean that they need to touch grass in Tears of the Kingdom. In older Zelda games, cutting grass would often give you easy rupees, and while we haven't gotten any rupees mowing the lawn in Tears of the Kingdom, we have managed to find ways to save rupees. As in Breath of the Wild, cutting grass reveals bugs and lizards that you can grab before they run off, which ends up being much faster than having to slowly shuffle up to them like you normally do. You can sell these creatures as is, or cook them up into elixirs and sell those for even more money. But once you find yourself in the Necluda region, when you cut the grass you are way more likely to find the delicious ingredient that is Hylian rice. And once you find yourself in the Tabantha frontier, when you cut the grass you are likely to find the tasty grain that is Tabantha wheat. Normally 12 rupees a pop in stores, the fact these ingredients can be found for free by cutting down grass makes this a much faster and cheaper way to acquire them. This opens up more recipes for you to try, many of which you'll need for various quests and horse upgrades. Not to mention, they just look delicious. Oh, yum. Now, you might be thinking, but Ellen, I don't want to have to use up all my sharp swords so quickly. But have I got good news for you? You can build a lawnmower. Yes, using Ultra Hand, you can take item farming to a whole new literal level. Attach some blades to your horse harness or onto a cool Zonai vehicle of your own design, and the blades attached to them will cut through the grass, while not losing any durability. Okay, from our testing, technically cutting grass shouldn't deteriorate your weapons even if you use them by hand, but come on, this is so much easier and so much faster. Hooray! Then we can get back to, what was it again?
Saving the kingdom!
Oh yeah. Rice and wheat are of course not the only ingredients you can get for free. For instance, run or ride around Hebra and use your many free arrows to headshot large beasts like wolves, bears and moose, or meese if you prefer. Cooking these up into meat skewers makes a ton of money.
Yay!
But if you want anything more exciting on your fork, you're probably going to have to fork out rupees. Sadly, unlike wheat and rice, not all ingredients have a wild alternative. For example, we have only ever found sugarcane and goat butter in shops. But we did have luck with another ingredient: jars of oil. We found 2 locations to pick up some freebie bottles. The first is at Hebra Trailhead Lodge, directly north of Rito Village, where you'll end up at some point on the main Rito quest. And the second location is a little harder to get to, in the Gerudo Desert, directly south of the Karakara Bazaar on the north side of these giant bones, right next to all these boxes. What did we learn about boxes? Good job. You're getting it. These bottles and boxes will restock every few days, and you'll save yourself a pretty penny by grabbing and smashing them all. But Spanish players may save even more. Some of you may have come across this Colonel Sanders looking Goron by the Bedrock Bistro in Eldin. But did you know that you can also cook fried chicken as one of the many new recipes added since Breath of the Wild? If you happen to be in Spain and you share a video of you cooking one of said recipes with KFC Spain's Twitter account, you might get free chicken IRL, thanks to a truly bizarre promotion that we can't imagine how it came about. But here we are. I'm not sure there are 11 secret herbs and spices in the whole of Hyrule. I better add some monster parts for flavour. There are some pieces of armour in Hyrule that are only available to buy from merchants. If you want sets like the rugged Hylian set or the Flamebreaker armour or the Snowquill armour, you're going to need to cough up those rupees. And check out the Royal Guard uniform, which becomes available in CC's shop after finishing the mayoral election quest. Go up to it and you'll see it listed as 2,200 rupees. Oof, that's a lot of rupees that you won't have to pay, because thankfully for your pocket, this is the only shop available armour that you can also find for free. That's right, all you need to do to get your hands on this swish uniform without paying a single shiny rupee is to head over to Hyrule Castle and find the guard's chamber under the first gatehouse. You can get there from above ground by going through this gate, or like us, you can follow the tunnels from Lookout Landing, and voila! Here you are in a room with a single black moblin whose day you can absolutely ruin. Up in the top corner of this room, across a little gap, you'll find a chest, and here it is! The uniform is all yours. We've just saved you 2,200 rupees. You're welks. You can also find the matching boots in the King's study up here, and the hat in Zelda's bedroom in this tower just here. These are in the floating body of the castle, which, with some help from basic Zonai devices, isn't actually that difficult to get to, presuming you put the fans on the right way. Every time. Fun fact, the depths aren't just full of horrible monsters that want to wreck your Okay, to be fair, it is mostly that. But there are some real treasure troves down here, specifically the mines. Underneath pretty much every town above ground sits an abandoned Zonai mine, and if you follow the Master Koga of the Yiga clan questline, it'll take you to a whole bunch of them. Around these mines you can find rich seams of Zonai ore for you to gather, lots of pose to hoover up, and usually some bananas, arrows and other Yiga clan detritus. Heck, if there's a researcher down here, there's a huge chance they're actually a Yiga clan member who will drop a ton of rupees when you finish them off. So you've got some more rupees? Job done! But we also want to tell you how you can save something else, Zonite ore. The best thing about finding mines is that you can boot up a new forge, allowing you to swap all the Zonite ore you pick up for crystallized charges, which you need to upgrade your battery. These forges have limited numbers of crystalline charges and only restock once every in-game day. But if you unlock a number of forges, if and when you clear out the shelves of one, you can easily fast travel to another, rather than go through the rigmarole of having to set up a campfire and skip time. Plus, another reason to unlock them is because we found free crystalline charges at every single one. Each forge has a large chimney with bits jutting out the side, almost like handles on a pot. Look closely and you'll see that one comes down slightly lower than the others, with lots of levels to it. Climb up to the bottom level, then ascend your way through the other levels and you'll quickly get to the very top of the forge's chimney. And it's here in the smoke that you'll usually find 3 free crystalline charges. And on the rare occasion they're not there, they'll have fallen down to the roof of the forge like these ones. These charges don't restock as quickly as the shop, but they quickly add up, each time saving you 9 Zonai ore and helping you to upgrade your battery that much faster. And the faster you max out your battery, the faster you can just use your mined Zonite to auto-build your next lawnmower. See, it all links together. Beautiful. If you manage to get your hands on some valuable gemstones in Hyrule, our main piece of advice would be, don't sell these, you fool! Why? Well, when you eventually coax out all the great fairies, you will likely need many of these gems to upgrade your many fancy outfits. And upgrading said fancy outfits makes your life a lot easier. However, However, should you find yourself with an abundance of gemstones and the desire to buy something very expensive, do not be tempted to sell these stones to just anyone. Instead, head to Goron City, where you'll find Ramella, a Gerudo traveller with a desire for gems and a seemingly bottomless pocket of rupees.
Sabak.
You can find her outside town before you finish the main quest in this region, or inside the town after you finish the main quest in this region. And talking to her opens up the option of selling her a particular gem she requests, always in bundles of 10. My theory as to this particular number is because selling expensive items is in tens.
Oh, boo!
Sorry, not sorry. Selling to her 10 at a time is way better value than if you sold to other merchants in smaller numbers. So we highly recommend hoarding gems like a dragon and selling to Ramella once you need a boost in funds. Which, if you followed all the tips in this video, you won't, because we saved you a bunch of money. Once again, you're welks. So those are some money saving and raising tips that we have found while playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you can think of any, if you've discovered any, let us know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll make another video using your tips and share them with everyone, and we can all get super rich. We'll be rolling in rupees. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. We've got way more Zelda content. You can go watch these ones over here and subscribe for way more stuff like this in future. And we'll see you next time. Bye.